You're going to need $2.4 to $2.5 million to live from 65 to 85.
You're right.
2.4. Where is that money going to come from? And I guarantee you that 25,000 can't grow to 2 million.
Yeah, I know.
So where's it going to come from?
From my husband. Me and my husband. I'm good.
Okay, so hi, husband. Here, 4 kids from 3 different dudes. What is he going to get for having to save you from the streets?
Facts.
Ooh.
Lachey, go ahead. Hello?
Hi, Kevin.
How are you?
Yes, hi. Fine. How are you?
Good. Let's woosah and start all over again. Woosah.
Right. That was fun.
All right. So, what are we doing here? We're talking modern women. Tired of being alone or modern mercenaries?
Yes. Actually, I agree. But I also have like a rebuttal. I think there's like mercenaries on both sides with both men and women. I don't think nobody's going.
How old are you?
I'm 34.
I'm going to ask you a question. Why do you ladies? Does that make your life? Does that change one bit of your outcome? Saying, but he did it too. I don't know why you ladies do that. Why? I don't know. I don't know how that changes the conversation. Saying, but men do it too. It's called whataboutism. Why is that relevant? That they're mercenaries on both sides.
Because doesn't it goes both ways in order for it to work?
No, it doesn't.
No?
Without us, you have nothing. See, without your men, you are vulnerable to the environment. See, that's the problem. You're not my equal.
True.
You have any children?
I do.
How many?
I have 4.
Any boys?
1.
Where is he at in the birth order?
The last one. He's the baby.
Oh, Jesus. So you got 3 older sisters. You're single?
Yes.
How many different fathers?
3.
Okay. So by my math, by the way I do math.
She hesitated. 4 kids. 3. 34 years old, 4 kids. What's the ages? Let's get into that. And Kevin's about to get into his math here.
The guy you lost your virginity to would have been your husband, number 1. Then you got 1, 2, 3 different fathers of 4 children. So you'd have been married 4 times by now. Do you want to be married?
I do.
Okay, so you're looking for a 5th husband. Virgin, 1, 2, 3 kids, 4. So just like I put the video up the other day with the sister with 3 kids. Mother 3 is a good deal. And we get back to this whataboutism. How does that change the facts on the ground for you?
Yeah, that still remain the same. You're right.
So I'm always curious as to why you didn't choose to marry any one of the men you had kids with.
It wasn't a choice. The first one, I was too young. Second one, proposed.
How old is your oldest child?
I was a teen mom. So this is 9.
You back? Your phone dropped?
Yes, it's storming my way. So sorry.
All right. So it's storming like Norman. So you have 3 children.
Yes. No.
4 children from 3 different guys. And I asked you, why didn't you choose to marry any of the children's father? You said the first child, you were young. How old were you when you had your first child?
15.
All right. How old were you when you had your last child?
31.
How old is your youngest?
2.
Why didn't you? How long were you with the 2-year-old's father?
It's not gonna make sense. It's not gonna make sense.
How long were you with the 2-year-old's father?
2 years.
Why didn't you marry him?
So she said 34. She's got a 2-year-old. So she was with him for 2 years and got a 2-year-old. So basically, you shot the club up immediately, and you got pregnant. But let's see why. Let's hear it.
Okay, let's skip all the way to the end. Let's skip all the way to the end. Man, why are you requiring marriage now?
I'm not requiring it now. You asked if I would like to be married. And
Okay, I guess you're right. You're not requiring, but why would you like to get married now? I guess that's the better way to ask the question. Why would you like to get married now? Because to be fair, you've had 4 kids, and you're 30 what again? 35?
34.
34? That's a lot of kids for a 34-year-old.
It is.
Well, why marry? But why would you like to be married now?
I wanted to be married then. I don't think that, people, the timing, it wasn't right for everybody. But
What do you mean the timing wasn't right?
So the man who proposed to me, he was a Army vet, and he suffers from PTSD, and he proposed, but then he also retreated. So I would have been married.
Is he one of the father of your children?
Yes, he's the father of one of my daughters.
Stop. So the timing was right for babies.
Right. That part.
See, y'all.
Okay, so I'm just trying to calculate it. So her youngest is a boy that she said, what was it, 2 years? I'm assuming she was talking about that same child. The youngest was 2 years, or the guy that proposed to her, she was with him for 2 years. I know her youngest is 2 years. I'm all fucked up, man. Y'all run it back in the comments and explain it, man. Sheesh.
I'm gonna just say this, in particular, our women, y'all take being a wife far more seriously than being a mother.
Facts.
Yeah.
And it's not just you. Y'all will sit around and have, you're like probably the 20th woman I've talked to with 4 children who will tell me that getting married is like a serious thing. But being a mama ain't?
Because it's easy to be a mama. It's easy to get a dude to shoot the club up. It is so easy. That is guaranteed. And it doesn't take any work but just laying there. A marriage, well, it's supposed to take work, but a marriage, I gotta do shit.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so if you had your first child at 15, I'm just asking a question from the fella's standpoint. From 15, did you go to college?
Yes.
Did you graduate?
Yes.
Bachelor's, master's, associates, PhD, what?
Associate.
In what?
Medical assistant.
Medical assistant?
Yes.
All right. So is that what you still do right now?
I'm a phlebotomist now.
All right. So you're middle class.
Yes.
All right. So as a middle class woman, it's fair to say that you don't make enough money to have 4 children.
Right.
Why did you have the second one?
That's who I thought I was getting married to.
But why not be sure and go down the aisle and get the ring and the certificate? Why is that a good? Do you have a daughter?
Yes.
So if your daughter thinks she's going to marry your man, you'll tell her to go ahead and start having kids.
No. I don't.
Then why? Because men really want to know, why do y'all think, hey, I want to marry you. Okay, let me go ahead and get pregnant. Why?
Right. Yeah, no, I was pregnant, then he proposed, and I thought we were going to get married, but he just wasn't.
No, you were pregnant before he proposed.
Yeah, I said
so that's not who you thought you were going to marry.
But I did. He just didn't propose yet. We were talking.
But that doesn't, okay, see, no.
I know. I was young. I know. I didn't have a mom. I know that is.
You're not young, man. You're not young. How old were you when you had this kid?
Her 21. 20.
Man.
Yeah.
Okay. So, due respect, at what point do you think you should stop having children?
I should have. I know. Oh, I'm done now. The second child, I should have been done. Yes.
Okay, but
yeah.
So if you don't get married,
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you the same question I'm asking everybody else.
I know.
65 comes. How you going to get to the end of life?
Yeah. Right.
How?
Yeah. I know.
She just like she's on this video acting like this is the first time she's heard any of these questions. She's never even entertained these questions. Like, I wonder what the conversations were like with the dudes she was laying with. Yo, are you gonna give me some? Sure, let's do it. Say no more. I mean, like, holy smokes, bro. You're 34, baby. I mean, I'm not knocking her because it's for her. There's thousands of other women just like her that are in the same situation. So I ain't tripping.
I need a man. I know I need a husband. It's not like I'm just like out here trying to.
What you're saying right now is you need somebody else's money, which is fair. But what you haven't said is what he's going to get for providing you security.
Well, I'm a FBI. Loyal. I'm not a mercenary. So, you said because the topic was about mercenaries. So I'm like, I'm
you're not a mercenary, man. You're definitely moving in your own best interest.
Oh my!
You're moving in your own best interest above everybody else.
Oh my! That's not fair.
It is fair. Man, you have 4 kids from 3 different guys.
I know.
All right, you're talking about, and I asked you if you don't get married and you reach retirement age and you can no longer work, physically you can earn not another dollar, how are you going to pay for yourself from 65 to 85?
I mean, hopefully my stocks pay off, but
your what? Hopefully your what paid off?
Like my stocks pay off. I'm investing.
Your stocks pay off. So
yeah, like
hold on. We don't overtalk me, man.
I'm sorry.
See, when the truth starts coming out, y'all start wanting to overtalk. What do you mean your stocks?
Like, I have investments in stocks, and I'm saying hopefully that.
Okay, how much do you have in investments?
Right now, $25K.
Okay, you understand something that you have nothing?
Right.
You only have money in investments once you cash them in. What you have is on paper. And at 34 years old, you have $25,000 on paper.
Right.
On paper.
Yeah.
You're going to need $2.4 to $2.5 million to live from 65 to 85.
You're right.
2.4. Where is that money going to come from? And I guarantee you, that $25,000 can't go to $2 million.
Yeah, I know.
So where's it going to come from?
From my husband. Me and my husband. I'm good.
Okay, so hi, husband. Here, 4 kids from 3 different dudes. What is he going to get for having to save you from the streets?
Facts.
Ooh.
I mean, is that not what he's doing?
Right. You're
okay,
right.
what's he going to get? A man that has to get out and provide for you and 4 other children who will be his stepchildren and provide enough to where you don't hit the streets. Instead of keeping all that money for himself or going to get a young, fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, submissive woman with no children and making his own legacy, what is he going to get that's so great and wonderful that makes him want to take all those chips and bet them on you?
You're right.
I know I'm right, but what you ladies keep saying is you're right, but you won't answer.
Because I don't really have.
They never answer. They don't have an answer other than I can be his peace. I can be somebody he can talk to. I'm not trying to be mean, but that's just the average answer. But I'm glad she's just like, I can't answer that shit, to be honest with you. I mean, strictly buns. I mean, pick up those shirts while y'all at it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. For real.
An answer. I can't really say anything.
The answer is nothing.
Right.
Just say nothing.
Nothing.
I mean, It's not that you don't have an answer. The answer is I don't have anything.
Right.
I want a man to go out there, and I want him to come save me.
Yes.
All right, then, and that's fine. Fine. I'm good with that. I'm good with that answer. It's actually more truthful than a lot of women. But are you moving through the world like that? Are you moving through the world with that level of humility?
Right.
Hey, man, save me from the choices I made. Are you moving through life that way?
And like the last.
She seems very humble. Like she's taking it all in, but it's more like, you know, Kevin's really interviewing her, and she's just like not asking anything. He's just like, yep. I know everything you saying is spot on.
Last 6 months since watching you, yes. Yes. I had to humble myself. Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Then what's the value proposition in the last 6 months? All right, I'm gonna save you. What do I get?
Help me with that answer.
Book a session for that one. No, see, that's the thing. And I'm saying this joking because the thing is, see, and I'm going to just say this. Man, a man with 4 children would be required to be able to provide for all those. But you ladies can go have kids with no plans, walk through life like it's a game,
100.
laughing it off, joking it off. It's not funny.
You're right.
It's not. It's really not. It's kind of crazy that even at this point I'm like, when are you ladies gonna start taking life seriously? I mean, something as simple as changing a smoke detector. You watch my show. Why is that thing beeping like that?
Because my brother hasn't changed it yet.
Why don't you call?
Yeah, bro, and it's like so many ladies. You can be talking on the phone, you know, even in my business, talking on the phone. That thing is going off, and like most ladies' houses, it's just like, damn, why is this stuff not fixed? You can talk to them on several occasions, it's going off. People on the show, it's going off. Come on, man.
Why don't you? How far up is that?
It's pretty tall. I'm not that tall, Kelvin. I'm not that.
Then go get a goddamn ladder. And see, what I want you guys to understand is why the smoke detector is so symbolic. That would annoy a man, but women will sit in shit and wait for a man to come fix it and then still fix your mouth, say you don't need a man.
Right.
You need us for everything.
I agree.
All right, then how are you walking through life like that when you deal with are you dating anyone right now?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, all seriousness, because you got to know that your children, men look at the father and say whether or not they want to deal with you long term.
Right.
So I don't want to go down that path, but let's just go down the path of, let's just say, in this sake of argument, that marriage is not in the cards for you in this lifetime.
Okay.
Then what's the rest of life look like for you?
Traveling and kids, I guess. I love to travel.
Traveling where?
Wherever I travel a lot, so I don't know places I haven't been.
I don't know where that means, man.
Is who's gonna have my grandkids?
Travel meaning where, ma'am?
Like the United States. I mean, I have a passport. I haven't been outside of the country yet, but traveling, seeing things I haven't seen before.
See, this is the difference between men and women. If a man had 4 kids and no one was coming to save him, he'd be thinking about getting a second job and stocking away everything else. Y'all think about fun.
I have that. Yeah.
You have $25,000 on paper.
No, I meant a second job as well.
Ma'am. What I'm saying is travel.
Oh.
That's not a priority.
And in her defense, Kev, she 25 grand. I mean, even if it is tied up in stocks, you know, don't know what exactly her portfolio is, what she's got going on. You know what I'm saying? But she's doing a lot better than your average in terms of that part of her life. For real. You can walk through any random club and the average woman doesn't have $1,000 in her bank account. And that's facts.
It's not. You asked me what would I be doing at that age.
I said, yeah, I know. I said, if marriage is not in the cards for you, what does the remainder of life look like? You said traveling my kids. Well, your kids are going to grow up and have their own lives. God willing. They'll leave you, as they should. Leave you sitting by yourself. Then what does life look like?
Right. Lonely.
And this is the problem. And my point is because there's a book called Promises I Can Keep. Why poor women choose motherhood over marriage. And there's a concept called the village wife. A lot of times women have children to fill up their lives, but then they end up making their children's, living vicariously through their kids. Your kids are there for you to raise them so they go out and be healthy, productive citizens. They're not there to supplement you. And if you can't get yourself together to where you can get a man to end up working with you and cooperating with you for the rest of life, then it means you're going to end up, like you said, by yourself or lonely, but that's a choice too. See, all these choices come down to being serious. And maybe you're just a lighthearted person, or maybe you're just nervous or whatever, but a lot of you ladies aren't serious. I couldn't imagine having 4 kids and being as carefree as some of you ladies sound. I couldn't imagine it.
No.
Y'all act like it's like, oh, just happened. I was young.
What?
I mean, that's where some of y'all, you gotta admit that's how you sound. I was young, whatever. All right.
Because I can't change the past, right? So I have to accept what I had. My package is 4, right? So I have to keep it real with myself first. So I'm light about that.
Yeah, that's true. You got to do that. But how's your interaction with the children's father? Are they the father in the kids' lives?
Yes.
All right, cool. So if you're going forward and if you do want to date, you have to be. If men and women have to be assets to one another.
Right.
And that's what it ultimately comes down to. If you want a man to be in your life and be an asset to you, you must be a net asset to him.
I agree with that. Yes, I agree with that.
And unfortunately, because the way your life is particularly laid out right now, you've got more liabilities. See, in many countries, women like you wouldn't even.
Don't ever say that to these women nowadays that they're a liability. No, you a liability. And that you can't tell them they're a liability, even though they know themselves when they look at themselves that they're a liability. They know that when it comes time to planning anything, really, they have to plan around their kids, whether that's meeting up with you, whether that's basically getting a babysitter, i.e. a family member, the grandma. They know everything comes with, really, this man, if he wants to be serious about you, your kids are going to be basically first. They're going to be in the way. I hate to say it like that, but that's just your liability when it comes to this dating. It can't be just a straight up relationship. You're dating the whole family.
Women who have children are not even available for marriage. They're just shut out of the marriage market. In this country, it's not necessarily so. But then you still got to make yourself appealing.
True. Yeah.
Now I do have to ask this, why the short hair?
So the stress point is here.
Okay. What was that? What was that guy from Drew Hill? Every time I see the short blonde hair, it's either her or Jada Pinkett or something.
Cisco, don't you dare.
I mean, his was platinum though. His was platinum. Yeah. Come on, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Thong, 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 thong. Come on, let's do it. Thong, 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 thong.
Got that infectious laugh. Sometimes I'll be thinking, is he just doing that shit on purpose, or is this really his laugh? I think Cisco started out blonde though before he went platinum. I think, didn't he?
All right, chick, I'm gonna talk here to you. Bye. Dong, 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 dong. She was a good spirit. She was good. She was a good sport. Dong, 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 dong.
It's God's beat maker.
And I don't know. I haven't put a light in the sky for the G's that done turn memory from go. Blessings we send to the ghetto youth them.